from the place where we left. So there are, I think you would have gone through that sutta. There are 3 and 5 feelings. Any question on that? Able to understand the 3 and 5. 3 becomes 5 and 5 becomes 3. Okay, you don't have any question, then my question here is, what do you mean by neutral feeling? What do you think is neutral? We already spoken sometime, but good to start with that. When we say neutral, what does that mean? Yeah, Bobby, you want to answer?
Hello, Vilashi. So what you're asking, neutral feeling? Can you say that question again?
When we say neutral feeling, what it is? You can find out about a pleasant feeling. You can find about unpleasant feeling. But what is neutral feeling? When we say neutral, what is neutral about it?
Neutral feeling is, when you feel that you feel not captivated, or you doesn't want it to be that feeling that you want it to stay, or you don't want it to be gone away. It is, you will not push it away. You don't have any kind of ill feeling towards it. And normally, what my understanding is that those feelings, if you are having awareness, it is more connected with equanimity and knowledge and wisdom. And if you don't have awareness, it is connected with ignorance.
Good one, but that still doesn't answer the question. Completely doesn't answer the question. Yes, if you are aware, then it becomes equanimous. Perfect. Now, when we say it is equanimous, how would you experience equanimity? Yes, Abhi.
For me, how I reflect at this point in time, to me it seems there are 2 spaces of neutrality. One is my sensories are not getting a pleasant or an unpleasant, like on either of the extreme, like something that I feel discomfort or something that is pleasing. So that is externally, and it can also be internally, meaning sometimes there can be a neutral experience, like from outside there is nothing, there is no input, sensory input, but internally maybe there is boredom. So then it's not equanimous, then it's not neutral. So how I perceive neutral feeling is when no new data is getting created, so it's just kind of flat. Whereas when the new data is getting created in my system, like I am liking something, I'm engaged, either the mind is engaged or some sensory input the body is trying to process, that is when something is happening. I don't know if that gives, if that's clear, but this is how I reflect on the neutral feeling when in my system no new data is getting created. It's flat.
No. What Bobby said for the end part is correct. That is, when you have knowledge and wisdom, then it turns into equanimity. That's correct. But now question is that how do you know this is equanimous, and how do you know this is neutral? Because they both are not the same. So first we need to know the neutral. Then we can see where is equanimity, upekha. Yes, are you?
I guess neutral in simple terms is you're not bothered. You don't care.
Yeah, not like that. It's not like you don't care. You ignore it. That's correct. It's not that you don't care. There is a, you just ignore the feeling. So, what are those feelings which you ignore?
I guess because you've ignored them, you cannot see them. Like the gray wall behind you, I've ignored it, so I didn't really see it. I've become ignorant of it.
No, not like that. Yes, Bobby.
I think this is where, like, in that feeling is where we get the ultimate knowledge of anicca. It's all changing, impermanent, and there is there is no self there. So we get a very deep understanding of that in
No,
that
when you
stage.
find out, yes. But now I'm asking, what is neutral feeling?
No, but when the equanimity is the strongest, right? That is where we get this wisdom.
No. There's a difference between neutral and equanimous.
I mean, when you're aware, like, when you have that wisdom. I'm taking in the wisdom side, not in that boring side, like when it is, you feel bored and, you don't have awareness, or, you are very indifferent.
Okay, tell me,
So,
what is boredom? What's the feeling of boredom?
Boredom is usually neither pleasant or unpleasant. It is like, you don't feel that it should either stay, or you don't feel that it should go away. It is, you
No,
just go into some kind of dullness.
no, Bobby. Boredom has dukkha. Otherwise, you will not feel bored at all.
Yeah, that's true. That is, when you have some kind of awareness, yeah, definitely that has dukkha. You feel, but when a person who is not aware, they go into sleep or laziness, or indifference. All these negative qualities appear when you are not aware. Yeah, but when you are aware, boredom is dukkha. But definitely
No.
that person.
When you become aware, there's no boredom.
Now, what I mean is, I feel in my meditation, sometimes you feel bored, but, you try to push it, like, or be aware of it. And eventually, yeah, it takes time, but eventually it will turn into wisdom. But there is a feeling of dullness, and, it might be close to, what's that, aversion or something, but still it is not unpleasant. It is actually, you don't have any energy to do anything. You just feel very. It is not unpleasant, but it is. You don't have that energy to do things. So you just feel, oh, I don't want to do this or something. So
No.
yeah,
Anyway, we'll come to that. But good try. Yeah, Abhi.
I got a little lost there. But for me, the difference between equanimous and what was neutral feeling,
Neutral.
equanimity, in my experience, how I experience is when I am aware of what's happening, the sensation or in my emotion, there is certain experiences happening. I'm aware. At the same time, I understand, and I'm able to observe it. It's not creating further. I'm aware why it's happening, like part of the cause or my conditioning, and because of that understanding, new reaction is not happening. It's an understanding that is happening. So there is a sense of wisdom, and when that wisdom happens, develops, that okay, now I'm understanding why this thing is playing out in a moment to moment basis, then further reaction of nama rupa is not continuing, or even if I don't label nama rupa, but just overall whatever phenomena is happening, it doesn't continue. I'm just observing, and naturally the mind is more relaxed, and that's when I feel more equanimous. That I am observing, I am understanding, and nothing new is getting created, or no new reaction is happening after that. And pleasant sensation neutral on the other hand it's really just the experience part. It's not the full.
No, no, Bobby and you have gone totally different. Okay, anyway, so shall I answer? Oh yeah, Harry, you go ahead.
No, I was thinking about your original question about what is boredom. I guess when there's boredom, that means whatever feeling you have in your awareness is neutral. Hence, you have boredom.
Okay, good. Good way of understanding. Yeah, Nitin, go ahead.
So to me, it's just in comparison with the excitement or other feelings. So otherwise, I am normal, and then when other feelings arises, only in that comparison, only I could make out that yes, I was in a neutral feeling.
So I think that's not a right answer either.
All right.
So yeah, Ananya. Oh, good.
So to me, this reminds me of the question you had asked once, that what is the difference between a baby and an anagami. So to me, it reminds me that if for a baby, something might be neutral, but for someone who is an anagami, things might be more equanimous. That sense of, I guess, does that answer the question a bit?
No, dear.
No?
It's okay. It's no problem. But good, you have remembered that sutta. It's appreciated. Okay, so if all have given up or you're done with it, and then I can answer. No, Shreyas. Okay, how many of you remember having worn a cloth? You're at present wearing the cloth, right? And that's neutral.
You told this last week, Vilasi.
Yes, I know that, but still people don't remember. I told. I know I told.
I said about
Yeah,
the
you
gray
told
wall
us.
behind you. I thought that's similar. It's there, but you don't feel it.
No. Wait. Let us.
Then when you said that, and like I think I replied that sometimes some clothes, it gives unpleasant feeling, and some clothes gives neutral feeling. And then you told that it is the first time, something when you do it, you get it, but eventually that gets into neutral.
Okay, another example. Brushing teeth. Another example, walking. Another example, sitting. Another example, standing. All body postures have neutral feeling, unless otherwise it gets painful. If you are doing by default, it's neutral. Now, isn't it true or is it false? If you're not putting any effort, it becomes neutral. Are you putting effort to breathe? And hence it's neutral. Only when there is breathlessness feeling, then you remember, oh my goodness, I'm not able to breathe. Yes or no? Like I and Ravindra and Ashwin, we had gone to Ladakh last week. So Ashwin was having some discomfort. At that moment, you will know that you are not able to breathe. Or if your nose is blocked, then you know that there is tightness in breathing. Otherwise, I don't think so. You will be worried about breathing. Anyone is worried of breathing. Or if you're dressed like this shirt, what I'm wearing, unless I sweat profusely, and that brings in uncomfortable feeling. If the temperature is proper, like I'm sitting in an air-conditioned place here in the office, I don't have to be worried about the shirt I'm wearing or the trousers. Isn't it true? Before we come to an agreement on neutral, and hence you'll ignore. Anything by default, if you have, you ignore because there's nothing to watch for. Like when we drive, you put GPS. And when you put GPS, you forget all about the road. Right? Like when I'm learning how to drive, I would like to be aware. But when I learn driving, it becomes autonomous. So I don't have to do anything till something happens. Let's say I'm just driving and I'm just watching and things are happening. That's neutral. Is it making sense or making nonsense? Don't just accept because I'm saying so. No, it need not be. So we need to look at it. Is it true? You better speak.
I don't want to disrupt you, but that's what kind of I was trying to express, that when in a moment the experience becomes monotonous, all of a sudden then the mind is not receiving new information in that experience. Like I wore the shirt, when I wore the shirt, initially when I'm wearing, I might have an experience, oh, this is a nice shirt for momentarily a few seconds, or I don't like this shirt. But once I then move on, then I forget that I'm wearing a shirt in this context, for example. Or if I go to a place which feels hot.
In this context, yes. So when we wear a shirt, or when we are used to wearing shirt, and sometimes you just forget. You are unmindful. We use this word. I have worn the shirt unmindfully.
Right.
Why? Because there is no need to mind. And that feeling is not found. You understand? Even though there is a feeling, but that feeling itself is not found. And hence we call it as ignorance. In the same way, when I see my son, when I see my wife, I keep on seeing and seeing and seeing and seeing and seeing. It becomes a pattern that it gives me neutral feeling. Only when they are not there, it brings in dukkha or unpleasantness. But the sight of them doesn't give me happiness either. Got the point? Let's say, wait for a second, Harry. You're staying in Auroville, right? And then Auroville, you keep on going to that same place again and again and again. It becomes used to. And when you get used to it, there's no feeling. Yes? Agree? Because it exists. Like in the case of Aryu, he's in San Francisco. Like in the case of us, we're staying in Bangalore. Archana is staying in Mumbai. And Bobby is staying in Brisbane. So there's nothing to feel. But there is a feeling. That not having a feeling itself is a feeling. Only when something changes, let's say somebody has dug the road, and then there's a feeling. Otherwise, absolutely no feeling. Meaning you ignore the sign of the feeling itself, and that is what is avidya, ignorance. That feeling, there's a feeling. The equanimity, so-called equanimity, you feel when you see the thing in the same way forever, is neutral. So when a husband and wife and husband and wife and husband and wife and husband and wife are seeing each other continuously, it gets used to it. So when you get used to it, it becomes neutral. Something like taking a bath and drying up your body and going to the washroom, scratching like this or doing like this, all of that bodily actions, verbal actions and mental actions becomes normalized. And the feeling associated with them, when you don't feel anything, is neutral. Yes, sir, you go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just saying something similar. I was thinking whenever we come home and all the things we see, yet we don't see, those are neutral, all neutral. Unless there's something catch our sight that become unneutral, otherwise everything is neutral. Yet
Yes,
recognize
everything.
If something's missing, you feel something, but otherwise you don't feel. That's neutral.
Exactly. Let's say you have a key holder, and as soon as you come out of your car, from parking your car, and you come inside and you got default, so you just put the key there. And it becomes a habitual pattern that you just come and keep the key there. It's neutral because there's no feeling. Including going from one room to another room. Including going to the washroom. It's default. So anything that's set to default is neutral feeling. And hence it is boring. Yes, Bobby.
Vilashi, now we have been hearing your talks for a very long time now, and there is an association. And now I think for me, I'll be waiting for this 1 o'clock here to be listening to you, so that it gives me some happiness and charges the mind, while hearing this Dhamma. But after hearing for such a long time, why it is still not getting bored? If it is like that, if the pattern is the same, because we are hearing this, almost it is the same things Dhamma repeats, so many things are almost the same. So, but still, I find that enjoyment and happiness. So is it a pleasant thing or it's a neutral?
Elio has replied, he is correct. New topic, something new will be there.
Yes,
Or,
but still, see now, if you are saying like your wife, or if you really examine that, something new will be there. She'll be talking something different, or something,
yes.
her movement might be different. So if you really
Yes.
examine, this
Yes,
thing,
I
there will
agree.
be.
Agree. Now you see this, Bobby. Supposing you and Marin, I and Anjana, were to see no difference for a few days. If you observe, there will be something different. The tone is different, and voice is different. Some object is different, or some topic is different, and some differences will make pleasant or unpleasant. Supposing it's the same. supposing we both stop talking, I and Anjana decide from today we will do the Arya Mauna. So 10 days. Okay, you see, but no smile and nothing, like what I was doing with Shreyas when we went to the retreat. He will just ignore. Now, Bobby, that will be boring. Because that's
Yeah, then it is more on the unpleasant side, I believe. For example, if you stop
Yes.
talking,
Now, wait for a second. Let us understand. First, it turns neutral, and then it turns boring. When it turns boring, it is painful. It is trending towards dukkha. Like you just observe, Bobby. You wore a shirt and a trouser. Did you feel anything? Unless it creates some irritation to you. Let's say this shirt is perfectly fitting. The first time I put the shirt, and I was trying to look at, okay, this one, before buying the shirt, let's say, and it was fitting, perfectly fitting, and that's it. It goes to the wash and comes back, and then I wear, and that's it, over. Is there any pleasant feeling I'm getting out of it?
no, if that is the case, if you really keep observing, now when you're saying, I was observing the feeling of my shirt, or how it is, So in that case, anyway, I'm aware of that neutral feeling. So it should become equanimous. And then I should actually develop.
Wait for a second. We'll come to equanimity later. First, let's address the neutral feeling. When you become aware, it becomes equanimous. That is separate. We will take that later. Now, first thing is non-awareness. You just wear a shirt and you're ready and you're leaving. Let's say I want to go to office. So I just wear the shirt, take my bag, take the key, and I drive to office. Is that a pleasant feeling or an unpleasant feeling or a neutral feeling?
It's definitely a neutral feeling.
Exactly. That's all what it is. I reach the office gate and I press my remote. That the boomer will open up, and then I go park my car and I close the door. I take my bag and I close the door and I walk to the office. So I walk to the elevator. I press the elevator. I'm not too worried about which floor. I know which floor I need to go. So the elevator comes, I go inside, press 6, and I'm on the 6th floor. And I just swipe my card, the door opens up, and I go and sit in my seat. This whole activity, from the time I started from my residence to the time I sat on the chair, including sitting on the chair, is neutral. And then I log into my laptop and then I start reading the email, and this whole body is disappeared. When I'm reading the email, so I'm thinking about it, then I start typing something and doing something, etc., etc. At whole point, till the time I feel tired, then I fetch a water and I drink. And again, it becomes neutral. So then, again, I start working. Then I go to the washroom. Then I come back. Then again, I start working. Then I need a break. Here is a problem. The boredom starts. So to get out of boredom, I'll go and have a cup of coffee. Because there's nothing is interesting at present. It's been neutral for a long time. So I need a break. So now I need something to cut that monotony. So then I'm cutting the monotony. And when I cut the monotony, it becomes slightly interesting. So I feel by having coffee, I'm cutting my boredom. Then I get charged up, again I come, start working, then I feel hungry. Now where shall we go? So then I go to the restaurant, have lunch, come back to my seat, start working. and check the time. Oh, 4:30, need to go. So I close everything, put everything, come to home. This entire day has been spent on neutral, sometimes pleasant, sometimes unpleasant. The traffic pileup is unpleasant, and the road is very empty is pleasant, but driving is neutral. I agree, disagree, strongly disagree, agree to disagree to agree. I don't know. So we can look at it. Yes, oh, Harry, you are clapping. Okay, done. Yeah, go ahead.
I guess I can try to answer Bobby from like hearing Dhamma for a long time, why it doesn't become neutral. I think even that become neutral sometime if the topic is repeating. Like if, let's say, Chakuncha, Paticca, Rupecha, like all that same thing, it become boring. But then Vilas will be telling joke here and there, it become exciting. So I got woken up.
Yes.
Otherwise that become
we can do one thing, just to try that out, Bobby. Every day I'm going to tell the same thing. Exactly the same thing for entire week. There won't be anything new. The tone, it all depends on the tone. So if I keep the tone same, so I have to do the following. Interest comes when facial expression. I should keep a neutral facial expression. Not too smiling, not too frowning, not too excited, not too lethargic. Okay? So the first thing I need to do. Second thing, I need to speak very slowly. It's like this. Yeah, Bobby, you know what happens when we start working on Dhamma? I need to be doing lot of things. And when we start doing lot of things, there's lot of confusion. And when there is lot of confusion, there is lot of chaos. And when there is lot of chaos, you want to remove the chaos. And why there is chaos? If I speak like that, Bobby, for next 7 days, it will be boring. Yeah, Bobby, go ahead.
I think, Vilashi, that is also, depends on the audience, because some people consider this type of talking as very profound. And, he's a very knowledgeable person, and he's
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree. In fact, Abhi, I replied to that. Osho, he makes a point when a point has to be made. So he knows this group of people whom he's talking, he will be talking very deeply. Suddenly he pulls up a nice joke, cuts off the monotony, and again starts on the monotonous structure. So you will get used to that. And people will forget. See, what is equanimity? Neutral equanimity. Meaning unnoticed equanimity is when you forget yourself. So in a music concert, when the music is being played, there is time when you forget yourself. That's equanimous. So you feel blissed out because you've forgotten yourself. Hasn't it happened? You go somewhere and the music is so nice. You don't know how 1 hour went. And at the end of it, when everybody claps and you are trying to see what happened, you left. And that was the first taste of Nibbana for you. Because you went away. Completely captivated. But yet released. Wait for a second. So the crowd gone. There's no crowd. There is no orchestra. They just the piece of music. And the senses have stopped. So you don't have the time and space construct. You're not bored, but you're not excited either. You're not happy. You're not unhappy either. You're not there, but also it's not that you're not there. And that state is equanimity. Not about you ignoring it. You didn't ignore. But you are aware of everything that happened around it. But yet, you were not there. And now what happens? If you get this once, you know you achieved it. Now you go to another concert, trying to redo it, it doesn't happen. Because you didn't know how it got into you. In the same way, when Osho or any person is talking, there are moments when you get captivated. And then the magic happens. You're not bored, but you're not interesting. There's nothing to be interested about, there's nothing to be bored about, there's nothing to be worried about, there's nothing to be excited about, there's nothing about pained about, there's nothing to be pleasured about. The polarities are gone. And it's blissful. So now you think Osho is giving you bliss because you got captivated. But you're released. But there is captivity, but you are released. The chitta is released. And that is equanimity, upek. Yes, sir, you wanted to ask me something. Go ahead.
Yeah, because that's a wonderful example. Because previously I would thought that's the sukha. But then just like the third jhana leads to the fourth, the sukha make you equanimous and lost yourself. And that's an even higher bliss that you're aiming for, not just the sukha.
Exactly. Like we went to Madras Cafe. I say we ordered idli and vada. Usual idli vada. There's no difference. Absolutely no difference. If I'm mindful of idli vada, when I say mindful, I'm immersed in that idli vada. Every pore has opened up. And that's magic. You're not enjoying idli vada, nor there is sadness of idli vada. So there's no pleasure nor the pain. There's no body pleasure of eating idli vada. There's no body pain of eating idli vada. There's no mental pleasure of eating idli vada, and there's no mental unhappiness of idli vada. So when you put it in your mouth, you're mindful of the but yet you're disconnected from that. Yes.
In that case, I have a question, because let's say these people go to play video games and they play many hours without even noticing time. So
No, they have craving for it. I'm not talking any craving at all. No craving. Like the drive what we went, when George, your ex-boss, was driving, is completely absorbed in it. So he's enjoying, wow, there's something strange. That means he became equanimous. There's no pleasure. If you ask him, are you in pleasure? He said, just stop. I don't know what you're talking. Are you in pain? No. Are you having body ache? No. Having body pleasure? No. You remember when we went to buy that Apple Pencil and then we were going in that mall, walking around, and how he was walking? Because he was getting a near to a state of Nibbana. He didn't. I was telling him, push. If he had pushed on that day at the Best Buy store, it would have been the amazing journey of George. Just missed it in a jiffy. Okay. If he had done that at that corner where we stop at the signal, at the stop sign, or the traffic light junction, on the right-hand side, we had Best Buy store. I was watching him. He was getting in that and he got distracted, a little bit distraction. And that ended his journey. So we came to that mall. Yes, go ahead.
And if he got that, that's Nirodha. That makes him Anagami. Like that.
Yes, he would have reached. So I was telling him, push, George, push. You could do it. He just dropped it. He just dropped the ball. And even today, he wouldn't have been able to do that. He comes till there and that's it. He comes till there and that's it. Yes, Abhi.
Are you somehow referring to a state of flow? Because there is a lot of now discussion about, not in this meeting, but in general, a lot of people like athletes and musicians and a lot of people who do extreme performance, they train to be in that state of flow, and that's where they are in an equanimous state where they are not doing it. Feels like it's just happening.
They are doing it, but they get neutral about it. They're not aware.
Right.
So let's say I'm playing a veena or a violin or a guitar or singing. Let's say I'm a singer. Let's say I'm a singer anyway. Okay. Now you give me mic. Earlier and now, the difference. Earlier when I was singing, I was lost. What is getting lost? Means you're captivated in that, but you're not released. Okay. And now, so what's the difference now? I sing the same song, exactly the same song, but I'm not there. Wait for a second, let me finish with Abhi. So let's say, anyway, I hope you have already booked a ticket.
For me?
Yeah, you only. Who else?
I will book it today.
Okay.
Because it's available all the time.
Oh, it's available all the time. Okay. So let's say you come home, to my home. And then we do a singing session, let's say. And the song, same song, everything is same. And I'm singing. Earlier, I was there. So it's I who is singing the song. It's captivity. When you're captivated, it means that your maximum is you're having pleasant feeling or a neutral feeling. Otherwise, you're waiting for that audience to say how it came. So you're in anxiety, or I'm in anxiety for feedback. How did I sing? You say, wow, what a singing. My goodness. So I'm relieved from the suffering. Right? That was Vilas. So let's put Vilas 0. And now we put Vilas version 1. sings the same song, but neither he is happy about it, nor he's sad about it, nor he's neutral about it. Because he knows that it's not his voice, it's just a voice. And that's it. Like, I and Dario singing that Carpentier song. When I was young, I listened to the radio. Like that, let's say. It's just a song. Why make Carpentier the bigger thing? No, don't make anything. Don't make out anything of it. Don't be ignorant of the song. So when there is a tone, voice has a tone, so you can change the tone. It's just a tone. So you're equanimous than neutral. Not knowing the tone is neutral. Knowing the tone is equanimous. So subhasita chayavacha etan mangalam uttamam. So when you're using the words, use it in such a way that it becomes very nice to the person who is hearing it. Because you can change the tone. Anger has a high pitch. Metta has a soft pitch. Which is better? The harsh pitch is better, or a soft pitch is better? Soft. So what do? Don't talk like when I was young, I listened to the radio. That looks artificial. But make it in such a way that the variation, that sinusoidal wave, is perfect aligned. So you are putting not too much energy to talk, not less energy to talk. You're perfectly putting the energy where is required. You're emphasizing where it should be emphasized. You're releasing where it should be released. You're softening where it should be softened. And that becomes the best way of speaking. Yes.
So what you're describing, it's funny because I have the same experiences through multiple different, same training or learning through multiple different senses. For example, yesterday I did a tea ceremony with this lady who was trained tea master from China. And we did the tea ceremony where actually I was practicing today in very small cups instead of, we drink chai in big cups. And on a certain temperature, a certain amount of brewing. And so the first cup tastes different. The second one tastes. So the taste in the cup is changing maybe a little bit, but it's really my awareness which is developing. And she would ask me question after every sip. What am I perceiving? She wouldn't give me any specific cue, but what am I perceiving? And through that reflection, I started realizing my senses are opening up. My mind, my sense of awareness is coming inward. And then at some point, the awareness is more here. At some point, the awareness is expanded. And then the awareness is beyond the body. I'm perceiving things which I cannot